Hi, welcome to art. Today we're going to be continuing to work with our bird project. Remember we looked at our book yesterday called Birds, and today we're going to be talking about the different shapes that make up the shape of a bird, and we're going to use collage materials to show those shapes. And if you don't have collage materials, you can draw the shapes in order to make the bird as well. So I'm going to show you the materials that you'll need today are any kind of brightly colored paper. You may have paper that you already have crayon on. You may have construction paper, different colored pieces of paper or things from magazines are great. We also have scissors. I'm going to use big scissors. You can use small scissors or no scissors if you prefer to rip paper. That's great too. And I'm also going to use glue. So let's do our check-in. Are you feeling happy, sad, tired, or mad right now? Think about that. Take a few deep breaths. Maybe feel and notice where you're sitting. Look around your room. Look away from the screen for a minute and imagine going inside and asking yourself how you feel today. Maybe it's none of these feelings. Maybe it's something else. And you can tell whoever you're with about those feelings. Okay. So remember yesterday, if you were able to join us, we talked a little bit about these amazing shapes that might be made if you had a bird tail and you could paint with it, right? This says, if birds made marks with their tail feathers when they flew, think what the sky would look like. So we did that, and you can always go back to that recording if you want to. Today we're going to be talking about these bird shapes. So if you can look with me, this is the shape of a bird. And yes, you could go around the edge, yeah, and make every shape. Or you could think about the shapes in a different way. And I'm going to show you that way. So if you look here at my paper, I have already cut out a circle, a big circle, a small triangle, and another small triangle, right? So we can look at them together. Circle, circle, triangle, triangle, right? And I have them on blue paper. Maybe I'll move this paper. And so now we're going to look at this book again and think about these bird shapes. Maybe the bird, can you see how this bird, there's a circle inside the bird? And there's another circle that makes the head. So there's a circle body, a circle head, and a triangle for the tail. And then my same paper that I had is, I can use the triangle beak. I have a red triangle beak, but it could be black triangle, right? This page was all about sometimes the birds are so black you can't see their eyes or their feathers, just their shapes. So I'm thinking about bird shapes. And I'm gonna make my bird, I could make a bird like this. See? So since this is a recording, you can always flip back and look at that shape and line up your shapes like this. I have a pencil and I could add my legs this way. My 3 little toes. That's one way to do the birds. And then we had this other idea about bird shapes. I'll show you another way. Back here, these birds from yesterday. So if your collage shapes, if you want to think about collage shapes that are here, right, you can still see sort of an oval, maybe this is a circle or an oval, and then here's a circle for the head, and here's a triangle and a triangle. This is another idea, cloud-shaped birds. With our cloud-shaped birds, we might want to try ripped paper instead. I'm going to show you that way. So for that cloudy shape, which is actually, maybe I'll look at it like this. I'll show you here again. So we're back over here, and we're going to look at some cloud-shaped birds in our book. Oh, where are you? Here. So I'm looking at the way this wing has a shape, and a wing and a body, right? So it's almost like a long shape this way and a long shape this way. Let's see if we can do that with our paper. Oh, I have this yellow paper. I'll try it. Okay. So I'm going to rip my paper this way. And it's almost this wing shape, right? Maybe rip it a little bit more. There, like this. And then maybe this way, I would like to do it. I'll rip paper like this. So we could try this sort of a shape, a flying bird on our page. I haven't glued mine down yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to have it, but I'm also not sure. I'm curious also what you are going to do. And there's no really one way to do this. Of course, your way is the most important way, right? Your way of doing it and your way of learning about it is really the most important. So this bird body is kind of going this way, and then this is his bird wings. You see that kind of a shape? Okay, so we have a few different ideas about birds. And today you might be making your collage on blue paper because the sky is blue, or on pink paper because you like pink, right? So maybe this is your collage. Maybe your whole thing is about all the birds flying. Just remember that birds, the bird shapes, right, are also basic shapes. And I hope you can think about it and organize your shapes in a way that you like. Remember, we were looking at the birds on the wire, and we can change them around. Look, we have a nose. Maybe he's like that. His beak, or maybe his beak is here. This one's flying over to see this other one. And maybe there's a line, right? Remember all the birds that were lined up on the line? And maybe while you're working, you decide, oh, this bird needs a little something on his tummy the way the birds in the book were. So you can think about that. And if that's not what you're thinking about or not what you're interested in today, maybe your birds are all like this. Maybe what you're going to work on today is the line. And you're going to work on ripping paper Just like these guys, right? The birds on a line. Maybe your birds on a line are pieces of paper like this. Oh, the birds on a line. Maybe you line them all up on your line and then glue them down. That could be a fun way. I'm excited to find out what other ideas you could come up with. Maybe I'll think of one more idea to show you. Because of our book, right, we had this other picture where we had the tree, yeah? So what if we had all of our birds in the shape of a tree? I gotta look at my tree here. Look at my tree. Okay, my tree has a trunk. Let's see. My tree has a trunk. And my tree has a shape where all the birds are just like in the book, right? So if you can see, this might be my tree shape. Maybe it's a little rounder. There's my tree trunk. And maybe today I'm going to work only on putting all my pieces of birds inside of the tree. These little birds are really reminding me, these little rip pieces shapes are reminding me of bird shapes and leaf shapes, just like in the book we read, right? Okay, it's your turn now. It's your turn to get creative. It's your turn to think about what you're going to make and how you're going to use your collage and drawing materials. And I hope you have fun. And I hope you can make something that you enjoyed making. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.